Back on the 6th of February, I put up a video from Notetaker to Mainstream PDA to basically question mark, and that means what next. And in the video, I discussed that Windows Mobile is basically on its last legs, and that the iPhone, Blackberry, and Android and whatnot have taken off, and we need to do something about that as far as accessibility is concerned. Well, I'm here to say that we have. In case you have not been following my videos as of late, over the past, I'd say 2 months or so, 2 or 3 months, we now have VoiceOver from the Macintosh has been ported to the iPhone, totally gesture-based screen reader, and once you get the hang of it, it's pretty usable. We have Orator coming out for the Blackberries. The only issue with that one is going to be the price. They're going to ask around $400 or $500 for it, which for a mobile device screen reader I think is quite a bit. It's very steep, considering that the competition's priced at only about $200, but the competition's primarily for Windows, unless of course you have a Symbian device, and Symbian doesn't necessarily have a presence here in the United States at all. So you've got VoiceOver for the iPhone, Orator for the Blackberry, Android. Android, there's talk of accessibility being developed for it. I remember very clearly reading something about text-to-speech support being added. I do not remember for the life of me what the name of the company was. It started with an S. It's something I've never heard of. But they're expecting TTS support in Android version 2.0. Now, don't quote me on that. I'm just basically rambling off what I've heard. But the last video that I recorded that dealt with this topic was back in February, and it is now October. Excuse me, it'll be October next week. September, the end of September. And, you know, to see, you know, a desire for support and to get support in 6 months, that I think is incredible. I absolutely love that. But this, given the fact that we now have a screen reader for Blackberry, for the iPhone, and are probably going to have one for Android in the near future, you know, this shows me that, excuse me, that the assistive technology vendors are definitely seeing the rise of the other platforms in place of Windows Mobile. Apple, obviously, I think had the easiest because they just had to port it to the iPhone, just rewrite the command interface. Otherwise, it's pretty much the same as you would find on the Mac as far as output, as what you would get for output. RIM and Code Factory and HumanWare all work together to develop the Orator screen reader for Blackberries. RIM and Orator, RIM and Code Factory in development, and HumanWare in distribution for the US and Canada. So good job there to RIM, HumanWare, and Code Factory. And whoever you are, I apologize for not having your name down. The vendor who's responsible for bringing TTS to the Android platform, wonderful work, and I am ecstatic about all of this. Having accessibility to these other platforms. I spoke to a person from Best Buy the other day, and he did conclude with me that Windows Mobile is in fact dying, and he himself had an HTC device that ran Windows Mobile. He took it back because of the fact that it ran Windows Mobile. I did speak to him about the possibility of installing Android on HTC devices that ran Windows Mobile. He said it's a possibility. He's not entirely sure how one would go about it. I've seen something about getting Verizon's XV6900, aka the HTC Touch, to run Android. So this just proves, I think, that unless Microsoft gives us something really big with Windows Mobile 7 in the mobile space, I think we can say goodbye to proprietary and hello to open source. Meaning that, now I'm not saying that open source that the open source will completely overtake Apple, because Apple's App Store with the iPhone, it's the place to be right now if you want to develop apps for the mobile space right now. But as far as alternatives to Windows Mobile that don't necessarily involve a proprietary Apple environment, open source, I think, is definitely making headway into the market thanks to Android and Palm's WebOS. But I just wanted to take the time to thank all of the people who worked hard to make these platforms accessible and to give us choice. This is just fantastic. I love it. So thank you to everyone who has worked very hard to make this a reality. Comments and questions are welcome. Thank you for watching. Insults against me will get you blocked, and have a nice day.